And ABC 7 News reporter Zach Fuentes was there and now joins us live from our South Bay Bureau with a closer look at the poll and what these numbers mean, Zach.
Yeah, it's important to remember that in this primary race, the two candidates with the most votes go on to the November election regardless of their party. And Californians haven't elected a Republican to the U.S. Senate since 1988. But the new poll does show Garvey possibly making it into November's top two. The race to claim the U.S. California Senate seat is heating up. A poll released Thursday by Emerson College shows where the four frontrunners stand. 25% of respondents said they'd vote for Adam Schiff, putting him in the lead. In second place is Republican candidate Steve Garvey with 18%. Democratic candidates Katie Porter and Barbara Lee came in third and fourth place with 13% and 8%. Garvey met with members of the Bay Area Jewish community Thursday at the Chabad of the Tri-Valley to talk about the impacts of the Israel-Hamas war. He reacted to that poll following the roundtable discussion.
Well, we had a good poll come out today. Yeah, not bad for a guy 3.5 months into this journey.
ABC 7 News insider Phil Mateer says voter uneasiness could be a factor into why Garvey is polling so high. It could also be the topics Garvey has brought up at his campaign stops.
There's a lot of things that Democrats were not hearing a lot about, things like Gaza. We're not hearing a lot about the border and other sort of hot button issues between those three Democrats. You throw a Republican into the debate, that could change.
Those topics top of mind at Garvey's stop in Pleasanton Thursday.
I mean, we basically have one voice in California. It's time that there's another voice.
Leaders at the Chabad of the Tri-Valley are fast to point out that they're not endorsing anyone, but say a willingness from candidates of either side to listen goes a long way.
So this is actually the first candidate who's reached out to us. If any other candidate would like to reach out to us, we are here and we welcome their commitment.
Despite the high polling numbers, Garvey's work to make the final two in the general election is far from over.
And when people look at Garvey's numbers and say, this is a surge, well, you have to also remember that about 27% of the voters in California are registered Republicans. So he should be getting up to 25%. So he needs to do some work. If he gets up to 20 to 25%, there's a good chance that he is going to be in the runoff.
While Garvey is running as a Republican, he did not answer yes or no today when asked if he would welcome an endorsement from former President Trump. The race for all candidates continues as the March 5th primaries draw nearer. In San Jose, Zach Fuentes, ABC 7 News.